Well, like to come to our campfire? Would you bring me out a glass of water?
Glass of water? Okay.
Thank you so much, Willem. So we've been digging here, digging these beds, trying to get rid of all the plants, grass, and the various weedy stuff. Trying to do this whole little area and I'm gonna put the peonies out here on the end. I'm gonna make a little entrance garden. Behind it all, I want to have Monarda again. Bee balm. Well, we had a really lovely fire for a while, but it's kind of not, it's doing that now. Hi. My fire is kind of going out, Willem. You'd like me to end my fire? Thank you so much for getting this for me.
You're welcome. Okay.
I suppose there's a few branches there that haven't caught fire at all in any way that could be removed. Or not.
Yeah,
Leave it together.
yeah, I'll leave it together. You could douse some water on it.
Well, no, it's nice to sit beside while it's going out.
Please bless us that we will not have a major fire at hand because of this, and we pray that we will not be discovered and have a fine. Say this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. If we use it for cooking, we're fine. We need to go get some hot dogs. What? Anyway, look at this grass that we've done. Look at the area we've done.
Wonderful.
I've been trying to flatten it by pulling the
It looks very nice.
the sifted earth. I've been trying to put it.
And I see you got rid of the grass.
The wheelbarrow.
But are you still in the wheelbarrow? Okay.
Yeah, I just moved the wheelbarrow. I was thinking of put it. I was thinking perhaps the bank. So if you feel like doing anything on that, if you wanted to use the rake at all and smooth this whole part in, I can plant those peonies and the lily, and then I'll plant food around it. I'm not sure just which yet. Maybe peas. Maybe those 3 plants, but then sow it with peas, and then what's the other thing that you do? Peas grow up corn, and you have squash at the bottom.
The combination. Let me just see if I can remember it.
Squash, peas, and corn.
Squash and corn, and was it peas? I can't remember. Squash.
Or you could say beans. It's the 3 sisters, right?
Yeah, squash and corn, definitely. I forget the other one, so.
It's beans. Because the squash grows across the bottom, and the beans grow up the corn.
Yeah.
So we could put in here some peas and some squash. And we could, I don't know, put poles in.
Yeah, and I wonder if there's any direction about timing of the planting. Would it all be at the same time, or the corn first so that people can climb up against it, and that sort of stuff. I don't know. I don't know
if it's corn and beans and squash, they are all after the last frost, so just after the beginning of June. Whereas in here, I'm going to plant those 3 plants, and so it'll be a flower bed, but then I also want it to be productive. And the peas will help with the plants. They will fix nitrogen.
true. Yeah.
which is nice for all the trees. Well, this campfire really doesn't look like it's. Oops, it doesn't look like it's doing campfire. It was. It was a lovely campfire for quite a while, and I cleaned up this whole area around me. And behind, I did the. It's and I put the cushion back there. So Willem is home. He was gone for 2 weeks, and there were many things that I could not do by myself. And I used to be very, very independent. I could do everything myself. And to find that I really can't do everything myself, that's kind of a splash of cold water on your face. And I realized that I don't want to have someone else. My mother was very adamant about that. She wanted to be able to do everything on her own. She wanted the stocking donner, and she would be fine on her own. She could do it all, everything she needed to do. And if anything went wrong, she had all the phone numbers of all the repair people, and they would come and, you know. So I'm glad Willem is home because there's a few things that have been waiting to be done.
You're putting me right at work.
Yes, I filled his whole day. First, we did dishes. He vacuumed and swept. He swept, and I did dishes. Then I blew everything else out of on the floors right out the door. I pick up trash and things first. And we've been working on this garden bed for quite a while. We should probably plant those other beds. I'm kind of concerned that the bugs are going to hatch. It's the 29th of April. Once the bugs hatch, it's no fun anymore. Because not only do you have to make yourself want to get out and garden, you have to make yourself out and garden with the bugs. What?
It's the 27th of April.
It's the 27th. Well, that's good.
Sunday is the 30th. The last day. We have a fifth Sunday where the branch presidency organizes the whole meeting.
And you don't have to do that.
No, I do not.
Because you're not in the branch presidency and you're not in the Ellsworth presidency.
That's right. I'm free as a bird.
You're a free man. Free, free, free. Oh, I put out that we have this wood stove to get rid of, and and one person that we know phoned back, so I'll see if I'll give them a call, but I probably won't want to do it until the weekend or something.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I said it was very heavy, so they'll have to round up some help.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably have to come and look at it because it's quite rusty, and you have to take some time to turn it back into a good wood stove.
Mm-hmm. So you're giving it away then, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. First comes to word, they can always get something for the metal, I would think.
Nah, we'll give it away to somebody that can use it. There are many uses for wood stoves where you don't need to have an airtight, perfect wood stove. Like in the pottery studio, Joanne's, I mean, the better everything is, the better, but you still can do with something free is better than nothing if you can't afford something good.
Mm-hmm.
Just to tide you over.
Yeah, when they pick it up, just let them know, if you don't mind, that it gives them a lot of heat in a long way away from the stove.
Mm-hmm.
So that they won't be surprised and burn things.
Mm-hmm. 3 feet, right?
Hmm?
A meter.
Well, I would think in the front would be much more than a meter. In the side, I would also do much more than a meter. The back, remember when it was really,
I remember it did get very hot. We did have some near
yeah,
misses with it.
yeah,
It would turn red, I think.
yeah.
But of
The top,
course, it was, it's
the
probably
top,
very cold and we are probably trying to get a lot of heat out of
yeah,
it.
yeah. But the wall behind it was also affected a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good to get rid of the wood stove.
Yeah.
That's a, well, but you could do something like set it in the center of a greenhouse.
Or some sort of shelter where everything is open. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing is too close to the stove.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next.
Next.
I guess smoothing that. Can you help me smooth that
Okay.
with the big rake? Just rake it all back that way again,
Mm-hmm.
so that this front.
It'll still be higher than the bottom. But
I
for
know
some
that's
reason.
fine. Oh, that's fine. That's our soil. That's the garden. So if you could just rake it so it's sort of a level surface
Okay.
on the top, a level
Yeah.
plateau.
This junk here, the corner. Shall I
That
get
can
rid of it?
come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. And then I'll go plant. I'll get those 2 things and I'll put them here.
Okay. And I'll start go down the hill.
No, you're going to rake that.
Yeah. After that.
Okay, and after that. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I tried to rake it, but I can't rake it now.
Okay.
Not yet. Oh, there goes a big bird up there. But it is not an eagle. Not today. Oh yes, I also want to find my clippers and clip some of this forsythia. I put some down here by the stop sign and out by Grandma's cot or out by the road. I think I may have planted it already somewhere.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's come up.
I just saw your clippers in an odd place. I have to remember where it
The
was.
orange ones, right?
Yeah.
Well, where did I use them? What was I doing with them? They were on the table. What was I using the clippers for? I was clipping out here in the yard. I was clipping the grapes, but I don't think they're in the yard anymore.
I think I saw them in the living room. Would you like me to take a look?
You don't mind?
I don't mind.
Thank you.
And then on the way back, I'll pick up the.
Here,
the
you
rake.
could take this with you too.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Willem. So nice to me, so nice to me. So trying to get the gardens done. Get them, I don't know. Good morning, Nancy. I'm glad to see you're wearing hats again. Well, you have to wear a hat when it's kind of sunny. Thank you, Tyler. Those days of hats, that was fun, wasn't it? I should have fun like that again. Why not? Used to have one to go with every outfit. Hi, Tyler. Hi, Suze. It's nice to have my Willem. My goodness, it's very nice to have him back. I have a few more years with him, I hope. You never know how much time you've got. And when it's getting closer, everything may be fine for quite a while, but it could be finished. It could be over. Could have a major heart attack and that's it. So I started taking that cholesterol medication they always want me to take. You hear the birds? Oh, there they are. They're hawks. I think it was a kite. It was not like a. It was not a red-winged blackbird. No, there's two kinds of hawks: red-tailed hawk and a red-shouldered hawk. And it was not either of them. They say keer and keer, and a crow says caw. Proof I did something. Yay! I did something today. I'm making this garden here at the end. It's going to be pretty. It may be pretty. It's possible it could be pretty if I do it this way. Whether it actually is pretty or not will depend on a lot of things, one of which will be the amount of grass that grows unencumbered. Hi, dear. What time did you say it was? It's 5:10 after 2. What was it you wanted to accomplish today?
Working down the hill by the moat.
Oh, yes.
And
that was just to get fiddleheads?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, look at this hawk going over. Thank you for doing that, Willem. The pile is right there. There's another pile. I guess I have to bring the
I'll put it in the wheelbarrow, is that okay?
Certainly.
Right here.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we shall do this.
That's very beautiful soil. You know we made that soil, right? Some of it was manure, but a lot of it was all the branch or the weeds from here and there. They were all piled up there. So this is actually the compost spot. Willem has such wonderful attention to detail.
What do you think? Is it close enough?
Yes, thank you so much. That's really good. Thank you. Have a seat.
This is about to catch fire.
It's already
See if we
caught
can
fire.
rescue it.
There's a part of it's on fire, Willem, right by your wrist, other wrist, where it was.
I don't see anything moving.
Anyway, just look at the branch, you'll find it.
Right here, it's a bit, yeah. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that.
Just set it down and it'll go out. Set it down where part of it's over the fire.
I'll just put it on the for temporarily on the on the on the gravel. Is that okay?
Okay. I was playing my violin for a while too.
Okay.
Sometimes we have a lot of people around the fire. Sometimes we have the family and the other grandchildren. We have a lot of people in our family. In the ones that live closest, there's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 people that live closest, plus us is 10. So if we all end up here at the same time, we have chairs. Those 2 chairs will be put other places. So we're making a nice little garden sort of thing there, which will really look nice this year, and then it'll all be weeds next year. Because I know how these things work. There was a lot of straw there on the ground, which is now completely decayed into this whole thing. So that wheelbarrow has to go. I don't want that, it's too heavy. So that could go today if we can get rid of it. I don't know. I don't think we can put it in the car though. Well, we might be able to. I don't know. Yeah, I get through, but that's. Yeah, that'll be all right. So I've been working at this for quite a while. Had tea with Willem up there. There's a lot of grass that we dug up. It's in there. And that's after all the dirt is removed from it. It's in that wheelbarrow, which I can't really see. So I think the most important thing to do is to put the easiest beds that we have for putting seeds in, the ones that are almost ready or are ready. Like a lot of them have cardboard on them, and so there's could be grass growing around the edges, but there'll be no grass under the cardboard. So I could go ahead and plant potatoes under the cardboard. So potatoes are a funny one. They need room underneath the ground because they've got an underground crop, but they also like to have a lot of room for the top. I like to do like onions. It just needs a little bit of light or a little bit of room, right? But actually they do better when they have nothing, like garlic every 6 inches or something. So I've got a couple beds of garlic. And what a bed of raspberry canes. I took the dead canes out, and I've never had raspberries from them. You know, I thought maybe I should throw them away. But I think I'll give them a chance. I'll see what happens if you take care of them and, you know. We also have raspberries on the island, and when I go down there, I realize that we should get them. We should harvest from there when that time comes. Okay, so I have to rake that little part there, and then I have to plant these two things over there, and no, three things. I should probably make holes in the thing and put them in with water. But water now, it means I need a hose, but my hoses are not on the side of the house. Where are my hoses, I wonder? Maybe they're all strung out all over the place, but they're not on the deck. I don't know. Maybe they're up here behind the cardboard. I have a big pile of cardboard. So I was watching this one lady. Oh, well, she was just so sweet. She was wearing a robe, no, a big flannel nightgown, and she was bustling around and getting some tea on, and in the background, it was saying all these wonderful things that her grandmother would know. You have to take care of yourself, and you have to sit down and have your own time. And she was making herself a cup of coffee, and she put in her cream, and she said, "Don't save the good dishes. Use the good dishes." So I am using some of them some of the time. It's sunny out here now. Yay! I just love the sunshine. So I keep sitting down and resting and getting up and sitting down and going in the house and doing something and coming back out, and so with the goal here, I planted all these little spruce trees. Most of them are balsam, actually. I planted all these little balsam trees here years ago, 6 maybe, and they're all doing well. I think I planted more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there were 10 of them I planted. I'll show you. Turn around. Dear, oh dear. Okay, so 10 little trees I planted. Most of them are balsam, but there's a pine. I think that one's a pine. Hi, darling. You're gonna go check on those fiddleheads, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this
You gonna drive down?
Yeah.
Okay, then. We have to stretch our energy out for as long as we can. Whatever we can save energy on, like driving, we have to do that. Otherwise, our energy will be gone for picking fiddleheads. Let me know if I should come help. Willem?
it probably be fine.
Okay. Well, let me know if I can help.
With the stuff, you probably you probably get hurt in your back.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of stooping and
Right. Right. I want to mow the lawn down there on both sides of the trail through the ponds, between the ponds, Kingfisher Trail. I'm going to plant this up. That's very important. Get this planted right away. I wonder if I could just fill those bags, the green bags of peonies, just fill them with water. I hope they're not dead. I just bought them lately. It smells so good having a campfire. Okay, so I'm going to do a few more things now. Let's turn you around. Put you here. Oops. Okay, that should do it. Perhaps. Okay. You didn't even see. You didn't even see what I was doing. I'm gonna go over there a little bit. There's not a bit to rip out. Okay, well, oops. Let's turn it around. There, that's smoothed out. That's smoothed out. All the stuff is picked up and in there. I have to move that little pile of wood somewhere. I kind of want to rake up this bank here a little bit. Ah, success. Look at that. That's quite a lot of stuff done. I planted flowers on the other side of there in this fall, remember? So now this is getting ready. Hi, Nan. Thank you. We have pretty blue sky, don't we? Well, will it snow anymore this year in Canada? Well, Canada is a pretty big place. It goes to the Arctic, so yes, but not necessarily right here. We did have snow yesterday. We had a little bit the other night. Not last night, the night before, or the one before that. It's amazing to finally be outside. There's been so much snow and ice for so long. So Daniel, it turns out, is climbing up to Everest Base Camp, but you don't do that on Everest. Everest Base Camp, I guess you can climb up faster than your body can adapt, so you have to stop. But they have accommodations on the way. Unbelievable. They have tea houses, and if there's enough beds when you get there, you can sleep there. And I guess they're not quite on the season yet. some movement in the grass over there. Or not the grass, in the leaves. A lot of animals that are the same color as brown leaves, you know? A lot of small animals. I'm glad I'm having a campfire, making a day of this gardening thing. So this is the place where we stop and rest, hence the campfire. But I guess I'm not supposed to have campfires. I was just thinking how awesome it was to have a campfire. We've had a lot of rain. But I don't think that matters. I think it's the dates from the time the snow goes until summer, or till the 24th of May weekend or something like that. They call it the 2-4 weekend, May 2-4. It's Queen Victoria's birthday is what it is. Then after it was Queen Elizabeth, became Queen Elizabeth Day. I wonder what will happen to the name now. Will it be renamed? I mean, it's still the birthday of the grandmother, Victoria. Or will it become King Charles Day? King Charles weekend. King Charles, a lot of people don't like the idea of having a king. I've been watching this stuff on YouTube that was very interesting. Well, of course, you've seen what's happened lately, right? How Fox News was charged for lying. They were charged for lying, and they had to pay almost $1 billion to one election voting machine or something like that. The company was slandered. And so Fox was on the bandwagon, continuing with the big lie. And I've been so reluctant to call it the big lie because I don't want to offend anybody it's really a cult. So I was listening to this psychiatrist, and she's a very well-educated psychiatrist, and she works with violent offenders. And she's quite used to violent offenders and know how they become that way, and there's personalities just like Trump. And if he was in his own little world, it might not be a big deal. But as president, he gives a green light to all the immorality out there. It's very interesting. He pulls back on some things and gives full license to other things. So it's okay to kill somebody if you're president, and nobody can harm you. I don't know, it's so interesting, all these things that are coming along, and because Fox has now been proven by a court to be guilty, to know, no, the court didn't prove it. They settled, because as soon as they had to go to court, what would have happened, which was in a few hours, they were going to put Murdoch on the stand, and they were going to ask him if he knew it was false while it was being broadcast, and he would have had to say yes. And we've got tapes, all of the broadcasters knew it was false. They didn't like Trump, and yet they had to promote this thing because Murdoch wanted it. Murdoch is a very cunning person. He has been trying to form the path of the world for a long time. And he's got all these, we could not have ever had the January 6th insurrection if it were not for Fox News. Think about that. Think of how many people from my parents' generation and my generation that watch Fox News and that like it because it seems to be moral and it seems to tell you a lot of news, and it also gives some opinions. So a lot of people follow it and they make sense. Their opinions really make sense. It's amazing how they can turn the truth into a lie. And you know, Trump and all of those things about how bad the media is, and the only media that has been lying the whole time is his media, you know, is Fox News. It's very interesting. And the illness that Trump has is very infectious. And a certain kind of person is liable to fall into that. And it becomes a cult, it becomes a whole overwhelming thing to be a Trump supporter. And there's not a lot of reasoning in it. There's not a lot of, some of it at the beginning was like, well, we can overlook all of the things that he does wrong that politicians have been doing wrong for years. Of course, politicians weren't doing them all wrong all the time for years. But anyway, but in the eyes of his followers, Trump can do no harm. Trump can do no wrong. They think he is right up there with Jesus Christ. I don't know if they think he's the second coming. I mean, it's not how the scriptures talk about it. First of all, I do hope the Savior is completely moral and honest and loving. You know, to stir up contention is a thing of the devil. And that's what Trump has been doing for these years, is stirring up contention. And he seems to have unleashed the, there used to be boundaries. And the boundary walls have all been broken down. Now, of course, the left have broken down some boundary walls as well. But I think the ones that the left has broken down are in order to accommodate everyone and their different needs. Whereas the right, they don't. Well, they've broken down the laws, the rules, the moray that used to be you didn't call people out on everything that they did. Used to be you didn't find fault with everybody. Used to be that of course you didn't like certain things, but you knew that it was only for the duration, and then you could have an election and it would all be better. You knew that. And this whole idea he concocted back when I knew he was going to lose the election, and I wondered what he would do. So I was very surprised when he actually got on that plane and vacated the White House. I wonder who talked him into doing that. Somebody had to talk him into it, because he doesn't do any of the right stuff without somebody talking him into it. He's quite a puppet. Oh, is it good for my popularity? Okay, we'll have it. Yep, will that make my fans like me? Yep, well, we'll do it. Hello. He has returned. I don't think there were many fiddleheads, or else he would have been there long time. I like making this yard look nice from this angle. And all these beds along the wall, they should really be smartened up. I've planted a lot of things on them. I don't want to wait too long to let things come up, because I end up with the stuff I don't want getting nice and big and holding on tightly. Yes, it was a great day for America that Fox took that first of a lot of hits. You see, everybody that Trump has called out. Hi, darling. Did you get any?
No, just a couple.
Okay.
But there's a lot more there, but they're just out of the starting blocks. So maybe in 2 days we could probably have some more.
Right. Definitely. Maybe in 2 hours. Yes, so this psychiatrist was saying that back in the beginning when Trump emerged on the scene, the Psychiatric Association told the members not to talk about Trump and give your thoughts about a diagnosis about him. And so they didn't. But now this one woman wrote a book and she has come out talking about when she talks about the symptoms of these illnesses, you can see how Donald Trump fits in. But she doesn't just take it there that these are the symptoms. She said that she has worked with thousands of violent offenders over the time of her practice. And anyway, so I wish I remembered the name of all the stuff, and I wish I remembered her name. But I did subscribe to it, and I'll probably mention it again. But I was very interested because I was a psych major, and I'm leaning toward getting educated some more. But I want to make sure first that I can remember stuff. That I want to start little, and so maybe taking notes from what she said would be good. Should listen to it again. But she talked about it, and she talked about how the rise of authoritarianism and I don't know, Trump is a very typical authoritarian dreaming. What is that word? Aspiring. He's an aspiring authoritarian leader. It would be fine with him to lock people up and throw away the key, and he's not worried about the rule of law. But the law is catching up to him, which makes me so pleased. Because you can't just do anything. And for him to get into the government and then start changing the government to fit his needs so that he could eventually change the military so that they would obey him, and he was going to cause this insurrection and then have the Antifa and QAnon play against each other or something like that. I have never heard anything about Antifa except that they don't like them. Does Fox talk about Antifa? Do they tell the truth about them? It's very weird to, this Tucker Carlson with all of his stupid ass questions. My goodness, he would just ask anything, hoping somebody would make up an alternate theory. Like, if anybody has told you anything, the great they, if they say you need to play with the Monopoly rules, then you have to play with the Monopoly rules. I say, who cares who this guy is that made the rules and put him with the game and now says that everybody in the world has to play it his way? I don't think so. He's not in my life. I can play the Monopoly game the way I want. And I can. But I can't play all the rules the way I want. I can't change the rules of life. I declassified things by thinking about it. So it's been a long time watching these things one after another every single day, criminal activity going on, and seeing it, seeing the top guy, the Attorney General Barr, and seeing him play to, like he really did follow the fiddle. You know, Trump Trump became the Pied Piper, and look at who's going after him. So many people, and so many people who at one time had high morals, and they just, you know, have no spine. Of course, I say that, but I don't know what they've been threatened with. You know, has he shown them pictures of their children? We know where you live. We know who your children are. Like exactly what's gone on. I was under the impression that that's what happened to Mitt Romney. That he he has daughters, and I think that there were threats, but I don't know. How do you find out for sure? I mean, I don't know him personally. I can't ask him personally. I don't know anybody that knows him personally, so all I have to go on is what people that seem to have read something seem to say. And who knows where anything comes from anymore. It's really hard to trust things. We're losing our ability to trust, are we? To tell everybody that the media is bad, especially when your puppet media happens to be the media that controls the world. Murdoch got him elected. Murdoch has been helping him every step of the way. What Murdoch wants, the puppet will follow. I wonder if anything will change now that Tucker Carlson is out of there. And was that part of the deal that they have to get rid of Tucker Carlson? And maybe Laura Ingraham that have been. So we've had the one case, Dominion, where he lost and he had to pay just short of $1 billion. And then, but of course, his fundraisers will give him that money in no time. It's such a cult. It's very interesting. It's really interesting. These people that nobody has ever listened to, the people that are the down and out and the angry and that have been gypped by society, who other people got more than them in life, but they've got a gun, and Trump is come to rescue them, to fight their battles. That's what they think. He's going to save them from the system. And yet the system has worked for so many, but it doesn't work for everybody. And if the system doesn't work for you, then that's bad. Like one of the first things Trump said when he got in office was that he wanted to shut down the IRS because they were always, he was always having to come up with new numbers for his taxes. It was a pain. It have frozen up for a little while. It's important to take time for yourself. It's important that, this today is your life. When you look back at your life, before you die, you're going to look back at your life, and what is in your life? It is many forms of today. all the regular routine stuff you did today that you do every day. Raising a family, taking them to school and dealing with lunches and pizza for lunch and who knows what else. It was so nice when Willem was gone. He had a wonderful time with his mother. It's wonderful that he's come back. It's really nice that he's here. He has a nice life. He's quite independent and I'm quite independent, and we're also quite together. I'm glad that he has something to do. I mean, he has to have something to do, otherwise I would keep him busy all the time. That would not be good. He's so willing to help me. It's so amazing. I have to be careful to only let him help me when I need it, because I need it so much. I don't want to overdo it. And of course, he's getting older now. He's 73, soon to be 74, and so he can't do as much as he could, which is really strange, not being able to bring my firewood in, not being able to light the fire for a few days while he was gone. But I could turn up the heaters. Oh my goodness. It's nice to be here. It reminds me of being at the camp last summer. You remember that? Oh, hi, Kirsten. Oh, they were wise words, eh? Thank you. I should listen to it sometime. How's the spinning going, Suze? Are you spinning while I talk? I've made a whole bunch of little videos lately, but it seems like I don't do anything like clean the house. I haven't got the energy to clean much of the house anymore. It is lovely. And this is, these are maple, I think, or yeah, these two pieces, these big pieces are firewood, these 3 pieces. And then some of it is that. Oh, you're washing fleece. You're loving spinning. How is it for bending over? You said you've got it. Oh yes, you don't have to bend over. See, I think that would, I look forward to spinning now that I've been making so much roving. It would be easy to spin it. It would really be simple. It was simple to weave it. I have to get it off the loom, which means I have to sit there and do it. And writing a list is a good idea. If I put it on the list, it gets done or it gets rewritten again for tomorrow. It's rewriting a lot of things if I don't do them. I've been using a calendar and putting 2 alarms for everything I put in my calendar in the phone, and which is helping a lot. I'm able to be at places on time a lot easier. I wonder if all that brown grass over there, I wonder if it's harvestable. It's all flattened down, but it's all flattened once. So there's some of the beds have been planted. Wonder if I climbed up on this little hill here, if I could show you. Oh, that would necessitate getting up. Let's look at the clouds instead. Aren't they pretty? Are they moving? Not appear to be moving, do they? Yeah, well, I don't know about that. So there's the beds over there. This log and that stick eventually are going up on that. I'm gonna make a framework, a better framework, and then I think I'll use the grass over there and thatch it. Oh, thank you, Suze. Yeah, I just watched the fire go out instead. I think I'll get a little closer to the fire. Maybe I'll chair closer. Hey, you want me to play some songs for you? I could do that. That would be a nice thing to do, wouldn't it? Okay, let me see how I'm gonna do this now. Okay, where are we looking now? On the table. Get against here. You immediately lose power. Every time I see a piece, it's like from a painting, and oops. So this is the grapes area. I reseeded that in the autumn. And then along the edge of it are going to be these trees, and I'm going to plant flowers and vegetables. And those two green ones are what's going to get planted. I'll play my violin. What's that yellow thing? Ah, feels nice here. Okay, what did you just say? You have some black soil. Perfect. Isn't it gorgeous? You know, you have nothing to complain about there. That was just a compost pile. Now it's 6 inches of nice soil. Okay, I should plant those potatoes. That's the first thing that I should plant. And I should put those green things, I should put water in them. Oh, let's do that first. Okay, so we have to do a little more in here. I'm gonna move the irises. I mean, not the irises, I'm gonna move the daylilies. Look at this, I can show you. So those two beds are too difficult so far. But now these are the plants that are, these are gonna go, I think there's 3, 4 or 5 kinds of irises in there. Those are gonna go in the bed on the driveway by the fire. So what about this one? This is all potatoes now. Artichokes and mint. This one needs work. This one is got potatoes. This is nothing yet, needs dirt. This one is nothing yet, but these on the edge here. Okay, I'm here. I started working on it, but I need a different tool. So this bed and this bed and that bed are waiting. These three are, no, this bed's waiting. And this one, did I plant it? I think I did plant it. I don't think it's potatoes. Not kale. Spinach. That's right.